The Chicago Bulls had themselves a competitive game yesterday versus the New York Knicks, but they ultimately took that loss in overtime. So in today's episode, we got to talk about some of the things I noticed that came out of that game. Talking about Josh Giddey and how he got off to a great start after the All-Star break. Talk about Lonzo Ball and his importance is showing on that basketball court, and why Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu have to be better. At least after game one, we need to be better. Y'all know we're going to talk about it all, break it down, but obviously you already know. You got to hear the music first.
Cognac. Gang.
Shot Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down on today's daily episode. If you're tuned in with me today, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Bulls had themselves a really good game coming out of the All-Star break. We see some competitive basketball. We seen these guys battle and try to keep it close, and they had their chance to ultimately win this game, but hey, they came out and they end up taking a loss. Now, to some that watch the Bulls closely, they like, hey, cool with it. We live with the competitiveness. We could have won. And then there's other guys on the side of it. Hey, the Bulls did exactly what they were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? They made it a competitive game. They kept it close. They made it interesting. Ultimately, my tankathoners, y'all win, because the Bulls are trying to go ahead and make sure that they improve that draft position, or increase their chances for a better draft position once the draft rolls around in between the middle of the year. But it's going to be some months down the road, at least for the Chicago Bulls. Now we're looking at the game for itself. I want to talk about Josh Giddey to kick things off. In 34 minutes, Josh Giddey went 11-18 from the field, 4-6 from the three for 27 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And for my people that pay attention to that plus minus chop block on the box score, +7 in that area for Josh Giddey. When we talk about Josh Giddey, that's something that we, at least me and C-Dub over here on Shot Bulls podcast, was like, hey, the second half of the season, it has to be a strong one for Josh Giddey if he wants to go ahead and get that 30 mil. And it's looking like price might be going up, but this is a fluctuating situation. It is just game one. After the All-Star break, the Chicago Bulls had 26 more games left on the season, so Josh Giddey still got some time. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to overreact for game one, but when a guy deserves credit, you go out there and you show him that credit. Josh Giddey with 27 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, that's what you love. Being a monster on the boards as a guard, you are 6'8", though. You big as hell. And I love some of the physicality that we seen out of Josh Giddey. It was multiple possessions where I seen him take younger guys while he was going downhill. Jalen Brunson was in the way. Get off me. Now, I ain't going to lie. Jalen Brunson, a couple times, he was like, I'm right here with it. We going to meet at the hole, and we going to hit this thing off like it's the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And Jalen Brunson held his own. You ain't going to move him too many times, but I got to show love and credit to Josh Giddey for moving guys like him and guys like McBride out the way when they was just standing in his way and he was trying to get to the basket. More of that, Josh Giddey, please. More of that, Josh Giddey, please. Now, I'm not a guy that go out here and say that Josh Giddey has to go out there and shoot 5 threes a game. I say let the threes come to him and take those threes within the flow of the game. And yesterday, 4-6 from the three within the flow of the game. I don't think I seen him force one three-point shot, and he went 4 for 6. So you got to show credit there. And the defense. I know the biggest thing that a lot of people are going to look at is the defense. Now, it ain't the greatest defense, but Josh Giddey has been sticking some solid defense for the Chicago Bulls for the better half for like over a month and a half already now. Probably longer than that. Definitely since December, for sure. He's been on his P's and Q's when it comes to the defensive side, showing that effort. And now, if you get that effort on the defensive side, you can get some scoring outputs that's not necessarily 27 per game, but something similar to that. Let's just say, for the sake of discussion, a 20 and 10 game or 22, 8, and 7 or something like that. Obviously, you want to see the assist totals go up. But hey, when you got Lonzo Ball and Kobe White, you sharing the floor with them with two other guards. Me personally, I don't expect Josh Giddey to go out there and give us 10 assists. But if he does, it will be great. But the 4 assists plus the 16 rebounds and the 27-point scoring output, kudos to Josh Giddey on what he was able to do yesterday. Now, the other guard that had an important impact, excuse me, I'm still getting over that cold, y'all. Y'all see it sound terrible, but we trying to get it out of there. But show love to Lonzo Ball and his importance in his role. Lonzo Ball pretty much said they was loyal to me. I want to be loyal to them. This is kind of like a family. I want to be here to help these young guys and further my career. I'm all for it for Lonzo Ball. Last night, Lonzo Ball played 30 minutes. I believe that his minutes restriction was around 26, 27 minutes. The Chicago Bulls said, hey, he's good to go another few minutes. So they gave him 30 minutes. He ended the game with 14 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. So a solid performance from Lonzo Ball. And I think it's, for me, just watching Lonzo Ball return to this game and looking at the Chicago Bulls the last 2 games versus the Pistons without Lonzo Ball, you understand why the Bulls are happy about keeping Lonzo Ball on the squad. You got to be happy for what you've seen from Lonzo Ball in the way that him and Josh Giddey can keep things kind of calm. We'll say kind of calm with the way that they play point guard, and especially when they play it together. You see a better Chicago Bulls team. You see better defense. You see easier shots at the rim. You see guys get set up a little bit more. You see a better flow of basketball from the Chicago Bulls when Lonzo Ball is in there, when Josh Giddey is in there. And the good thing is that when my man's is not dealing with illnesses or having to sit out of back-to-backs or dealing with certain different things that might come up, when he's in there, you absolutely feel his presence. So that's a big shout out to Lonzo Ball. And it's definitely even better when you know that he only on the squad for $10 million next year. And then a team option the year after that. And who knows what comes out of this, because Lonzo Ball, I think he has that respect, at least from this locker room, like, hey, this guy worked his ass off, so there are no excuses why he can't come out there and play hard, because Lonzo Ball is still playing hard. He can have that thought in his mind, you know what I'm saying, but he hasn't. He's playing free. He's making plays. He's getting up and down the court. He's getting in the passing lane, stealing passes, and doing different things, opening things up for his teammates. So you got to show a lot of love to Lonzo Ball in that regard. His role for this team, in my opinion, is very, very important. And it's going to come at least on the court. And I think that mentorship, it seems like he wants to go ahead and take the reins on that and grab that bull by the horn and simply just say, follow me, guys, or let me go ahead and help you become a better basketball player so you can thrive and spread your wings maybe further than how I was able to spread my wings. But ultimately, I love Lonzo Ball's role to the Chicago Bulls, and it holds a huge importance on what the Bulls are trying to do for the foreseeable future. So, you know what I'm saying? I was one of those ones that said, hey, I would have took the draft pick. I do still stand on that before it came down to it, but that ship has sailed because ain't no draft pick coming right now. So you got to let it ride, and you say you move on from it, and you accept the fact that Lonzo Ball is still a hell of a basketball player, and he can help this Chicago Bulls team. He really can. Another thing that I took out of this game is Ayo Dosunmu and Kobe White. My 2 young Bulls, man, y'all got to be better, bro. There's nothing else other than that. Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu have to be better. Kobe White, 41 minutes yesterday, 5 of 11, 1 of 3 from the 3, 6 assists, 1 block, 2 rebounds, only 11 points on the night. Now, y'all know I'm not one of the guys that say, hey, sometimes a guy impact is not always going to reflect in the box score. But for Kobe White's sake, I need the impact to reflect in the box score, simply because Kobe White is a scoring guard. Kobe White can go off. Kobe White can be able to spread the floor, make things a little bit more easier for those lead guards like Lonzo Ball and Josh Giddey if he's knocking down his threes. Kobe White has the ability to get to the basket, but for some reason yesterday, it seemed like he kept getting hung up. I don't know if you were drinking some of that yak during your break or whatever. And it is game one, so we got to take it, you know what I'm saying, take it lightly. Just like we can't overreact with the Josh Giddey stuff, we can't overreact with Kobe White stuff. But I will say this. This is not the first time we've seen Kobe White play like this. The inconsistencies have to stop. He has 26 games now to establish himself as a little bit more, being a little bit more consistent of a player, because, 5 of 11 is not bad from the field. 1 of 3 from three-point land is not bad either. Those are decent statistics. But when you talk about Kobe White and the explosiveness that he could provide for the team, you need a little bit more out of that. You need more out of that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he had to go out for a 30 ball, but we need more than 11 points out of Kobe White, and I need a little bit more aggressiveness. I don't want him, spamming shots, but we need Kobe White to be aggressive. When you got those opportunities to go downhill and take advantage of guys, that's bigger than you, maybe a little bit more slower than you, we got to convert. Either at the basket or convert with opening up an opportunity for your teammates. That's how I look at Kobe White. Ayo Dosunmu came off the bench yesterday, played 28 minutes, 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 5 from the 3, 5 points on the day, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. Not 100% terrible game from Ayo Dosunmu, but I believe that he was a bit hesitant in some of his approach yesterday. Now, it wasn't throughout the entire game. I believe the first half for Ayo Dosunmu was better than the second half, if I'm being honest. But a minus 16 off the bench for Ayo Dosunmu? Nah, I'm not used to really seeing that type of discrepancy being listed on Ayo Dosunmu's box score. And Ayo Dosunmu did tweak his wrist, is what it looked like towards the end of that game. And you just hope that the young fella can get well. Now, I know, and I'm going to be fair here, the offensive stats for Ayo Dosunmu, they don't look great. But I will say this, the defense is still there. The defense is still there. Ayo Dosunmu saw a lot of time on guys like Jalen Brunson, and yesterday, Jalen Brunson, despite scoring 22 points, he did go 8 for 21 from the field and 2 for 9 from the 3. So you live with it, and I will give Ayo Dosunmu some kudos to that because he plays some tough defense on Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is still going to get his, but Ayo Dosunmu made him work for it. That's what you love to see. But as far as the offensive scoring output, I need more. I need more. And two more things. Looking at Montes Buzelis is the first one. 5.7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 6 from the 3. I think he's going to get it together. He is a rookie. There's going to be some fluctuations, but I need Montes Buzelis to make himself more available on the offensive side. I want to see a little bit more cutting. I want to see a little bit more aggressiveness. I understand that Billy Donovan is going to want him to take some open threes. I do too. But after a while, we need to see him be a force in the paint and attack that basket. That's what we need. This young fella has height. He needs a little bit more size. But with this energy and this effort that I know that he can bring for the Chicago Bulls, I think the young rookie will be fine. But before we get up out of here, I want to go out here and talk about Tre Jones. Tre Jones is the guy that came in, and in the first game of him being with the Chicago Bulls, the first game versus Detroit Pistons, I was like, what the hell are we doing? Then the second game, hey, he kind of settled in a little bit. Not even going to hold you. And then in last night's game versus the New York Knicks, Tre Jones played 13 minutes, 2 of 5 from the field, hit a 3-pointer, 1 rebound, 5 points on the night. I say, hey, cool with it. And I got to show love to Tre Jones. He looks like he's settling in. This is not a guy that's going to go out there and give you some crazy scoring output. That's not typically his game. His game is more centered around, hey, let me set things up or attempt to set things up, and let me be a dog on the defensive end, and maybe here and there I can knock down a 3 for you, and I can attack the basket pretty damn well. That's just a quick evaluation of what I've seen out of Tre Jones before he got here, and now what I'm realizing while he is here. But I will say this, he's settling in pretty damn nicely. Guys like Dalen Terry, THT, and Javon Carter, they just going to miss out. It just seems like they're just going to miss out. Billy Donovan doesn't appear to be trusting Dalen Terry right now. But I will give Billy Donovan kudos for giving trust to Julian Phillips, because Julian Phillips filled in pretty damn well yesterday with his 12 points, 6 rebounds, and was pretty damn efficient all around the board. 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. So you show love to Julian Phillips in that regard. And Trey Jones, hey, I'm starting to get interested. I'm starting to get a little interested in Trey Jones because he's been playing solid basketball. I don't expect him to go out here and have these crazy scoring outputs. My only point was, hey, earn the damn minutes. Billy Donovan gave him the opportunity. The last few games have been some good outputtings for Trey Jones. I'm interested to see how the Chicago Bulls move forward with all those things happening like that. But hey, that is it for me today, y'all. Just want to go ahead and talk about those few things. Now go ahead and just let me know how you're feeling down below in the comment box. Leave your feedback, comments, concerns down there in the comment box. Let's chop it up today. And then before y'all get up out of here, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell as well. Make sure you always see red, ladies and gentlemen. We still got 26 games of maybe misery or maybe a little bit of fun, maybe a little bit of excitement. Who knows what concoction we're going to get from the Chicago Bulls these last 26 games. But in the meantime, in between time, that's it, y'all. Make sure y'all enjoy the y'all day. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to catch y'all on the next for sure. Peace.
Cognac. Gang.